Hi, I'm Amy Romeo and I'm back with another tutorial as part of Faux Leather Crafters Camp. In this video today, I'll be showing you how to make these really cute and summery snap hair clips, also barrettes, using faux leather, heat transfer vinyl, and Cricut. I'll show you how to get the SVGs I've created for you for this project in just a moment, but first let's talk about the tools and materials we'll be using. So I'll be cutting the faux leather for this project with my Cricut Maker, using that regular fine point blade that comes with the machine. This is the same blade that comes with all of the current Cricut machines, including the Explorer Air 2 and both of the Cricut Joys, so you can cut faux leather with any of the current machines. Now the faux leather I'll be using, this happens to be sheets, but you can also use rolls of faux leather. I'm using a really pretty print and a solid, and what I've decided to do is use this little yellow flower here for inspiration. So I will cut a yellow flower from the solid, and then I'm going to cut the flower center from this glitter heat transfer vinyl. It's kind of a darkish brown. You can use any colors you'd like. I've created some really versatile barrette designs for you. So I have 4 different barrette shapes. Let me show those to you. So I've created a rectangle, a cloud, an oval, and also a scalloped rectangle. And then I've created 4 little embellishments for you. A heart, a flower, a butterfly, and a star. And I'll also show you how to use just the embellishment and glue it directly onto a snap clip barrette. So that's going to be really fun. To apply the heat transfer vinyl to the faux leather, I'll be using my Easy Press Mini set to the low setting. You can also use a regular Easy Press, but a little mini Easy Press is much easier to work with these very small shapes. Now with the Easy Press, I'll be using my heat pressing pad and a little cover sheet to protect my surface. I also have a weeding tool, some small curved scissors, some blue painter's tape. This is going to help us get good cuts. I have a box of colorful barrettes. You can see all the pretty summery colors, so fun. You can also buy them in just plain silver. And then to glue these, I'm going to be using a glue gun along with some glue gun glue sticks. These are really good. These are all temperature, so these are the mini sticks, but they'll work in a high temp or a low temp glue gun. I've found that hot glue was really the best way to assemble these little snap clips. Okay, so let me show you how to get the SVG for this project, and then we're going to hop into Design Space and get the mats cut out, and I'll show you how to put together the barrettes. To get the SVG for this and all of the daily event projects, visit the event page at amyromeo.com/summer24 or click the link in the description. You'll also see the option to upgrade to the event VIP pass, where you'll get instant access to all of the daily event projects, bonus files, and more. So starting with a blank canvas in Cricut Design Space, you'll click on Upload and then Upload Image, and you'll browse to where the unzipped SVG files are for this project on your device. Click to select it and then click Open. And you'll see a preview of the 4 barrette shapes and the 4 embellishments. Click Continue and then click Upload. And then all the barrettes will be on your canvas, and they are grouped. You can click this little drop down here and see them, and then our little embellishments are also grouped. So we'll just go ahead and click on each one of those and ungroup them so we can manipulate our shapes separately. Now all 4 of these will cut exactly the same way, so let me show you just one as an example. So the top one here, the bottom shape, that long rectangle shape, that's going to cut from faux leather. There's a little slot to stick part of the snap barrette inside, and then we will fold this over and hot glue it. Then, if desired, you can add this little embellishment at the top, which is the little star. So this bottom star here will also cut from faux leather. It could be the same faux leather, or it could be a contrasting color, which is what I'm going to do in this tutorial. And then this top little piece on all of the barrettes, this is going to cut from heat transfer vinyl. So if you don't want to cut the heat transfer vinyl part, you don't have to. If you want to skip the embellishment altogether, again, that's totally fine. So since all of these are going to be made the same way, and I want to show you the flower one, I'm going to remove all of the other shapes off of my canvas. And because we know this is going to cut from heat transfer vinyl, these 2 shapes are going to cut from faux leather. I can cut both of those at the same time on the same mat using the same material setting. And there's 2 ways to do that. One is you can select both shapes, click up here on this little color picker, and then just make them both the same color. So now I've made both of them the same color. But let me undo that and show you another way. You can also click on Color Sync. Color Sync is going to show you all of the separate colors on your mats, and anytime you see a separate color in Cricut Design Space, it's going to go on its own cutting mat. So in order to put things on the same cutting mat, making them the same color, we're just going to drag our little shape here down to the other faux leather shape. It doesn't matter which color you make it, you're just basically making them both the same color again. Okay, so now we're going to have 2 mats to cut, 1 faux leather and 1 heat transfer vinyl. Let's click the Make It button. We're cutting our material on a mat. And here are those 2 mats I mentioned. The first thing we're going to do is mirror each of the mats because faux leather and heat transfer vinyl cut in reverse. And what I'm going to do is just drag my shapes apart from each other a little bit because we are cutting from 2 different faux leathers. I'm going to separate them apart from each other and also drag them away from the edges just a little bit. That's going to give us the room for our blue painter's tape. We'll click Continue. So for the faux leather mat, I'm going to use the faux leather paper thin setting with more pressure. If you don't have this setting bookmarked as a favorite like I do, you can click over here on Browse All Materials and you can search for it. Keep in mind, if you're using the Explore Air 2, you'll need to turn your dial to custom before you can find this setting in search. Now for the vinyl mat, you'll just use the material setting recommended for the type of vinyl that you're using. So I will use my glitter vinyl setting, but you might use a different setting with whatever you're cutting. Okay, so back to the faux leather paper thin mat with more pressure. Now let's go back to my overhead camera and we will cut out our mats and put together our hair clips. Okay, so I've gone ahead and cut some smaller pieces of faux leather, a piece that's just slightly larger than my shapes that are going to cut. This is really important when you're cutting faux leather because the smaller the piece, the less likely it is to shift around on your mat when you're cutting. So I have a piece of faux leather here. I also have my little flower piece. As I mentioned, we're going to cut both different colors and types of faux leather on the same mat because we're using the same setting. So I'm just going to turn this pretty side down on my purple strong grip mat, and then I'm going to use some blue painter's tape. I already have some little strips that I'm just reusing from an earlier project. You can reuse these pieces quite a few times. I'm just going to tape down this piece of faux leather on all sides. This is going to help make sure that that material doesn't move and we're going to get a nice clean cut. I'm going to do the same thing with my yellow piece here in this corner. We have our faux leather paper thin setting with more pressure all set to go. So we'll just load the mat into the machine and begin the cut. So our cuts have run one time, and what I want to do is use my sharp weeding tool and just take a look here and see if the cut went all the way through, and it looks like it did. So there we go. If it didn't go all the way through, then we could just hit that rerun button, hit the cut button again to repeat the cut. You can do that as many times as needed as long as you haven't unloaded the mat. But these look pretty good. So I'm unloading the mat and removing my shapes. So here's that little fold over barrette, and you're looking for a little tiny slot that's going to pop out. If yours doesn't pop out all the way, or if you have any little fuzzies on the edges, you can just use some curved scissors to trim up those edges. But this one looks pretty good. And then we'll remove our little flower. So there's our little yellow flower. And now I'm going to go ahead and cut the vinyl mat with that little flower center. If your green cutting mats are not as sticky as they used to be, like mine, you can go ahead and use a little blue painter's tape if you need to. So my glitter vinyl has cut. I'm using Caesar glitter heat transfer vinyl, which is a little on the thick side, so I like to repeat the cut one time. Now I'm just going to peel away the excess there. There's our little flower center. So the first thing we're going to do is press the center to the little flower. And I have my Easy Press Mini set on that low setting. Again, you could use a larger heat press, but these are such little small areas. It's really nice to have something small while you're working. So all I'm going to do is layer my little flower center on top of the flower. Make sure it's nice and centered. And then I'm just going to put my little heat pressing pad on top. Again, you could use a piece of butcher paper or parchment paper. This is just a large t-shirt size Teflon sheet that I've trimmed smaller. And I'm just going to press for about 10 seconds. Now I'm moving the Easy Press Mini, but if you have a regular Easy Press, you can just set it down. You don't need to move it. Then what you'll want to do is remove your cover sheet and then start to very slowly peel away the clear carrier sheet. Now, if you're doing this and the vinyl lifts up, then just put the carrier sheet right back down and press some more. But that looks pretty good. And now that we have our little flower, if you wanted to, all you wanted to do was attach this to one of these clips, you could just take a dollop of the hot glue and put it right here on the barrette and then glue that little flower on and it's ready to go. But I'm going to show you how to attach it here to this pretty clip. Now, I would be using just regular silver clips for inside because you're not going to see the colors, but I don't have my silver clips, so I'll be putting a colored clip inside, but know that you can just use a regular silver one. So I have my little mini glue gun heated up and ready to go, and I'm going to pick an ugly color clip because we're not going to see it. So open this up. This is just a regular snap clip barrette, and what you're going to do is place the little part that sticks out. You're going to put it through that hole, the little slot that cuts. Pull it down a little bit. Try and center it so that it's running, center along the whole line of the piece. And now all we're going to do, we do want to try and be quick when we're using our hot glue. So now that it's lined up, first thing we want to do is sort of peel this back. And what I like about this cordless one is it's easy to move around. What I'm going to do first is place just a little bit of hot glue back here and very quickly press and glue. Once that's pressed into place, now I'm going to flip it over. Now I'm going to peel this part back a little bit. So the reason it's important to be quick is because if the glue starts to dry, it's going to be thick and leave a big thick spot, and we don't want that. We want the glue to be nice and soft, and so it lays flat. So here I'm just pressing it down. There we go. I do have some goobers here on this side. I'm just going to wipe those away. Okay, so now we have this part glued neatly to the back. Now all we need to do is glue the front. So again, using my glue gun, trying to be quick. I'm going to press glue all around the edges here. I want to try and get these edges so I can seal up the edges nicely. And then do some glue in the middle. Then we're going to bend over and just take a moment and make sure you get those edges lined up neatly, and then just start to squeeze down on the sides. See how I'm kind of squeezing and closing that gap? You might get a little glue that comes out. That's okay. Just wipe it away with your fingers. And if you're quick about it, you'll be able to seal all of the edges. Looks like I have one little spot there that needs some more glue, so I'm going to try and pop just a little bit of glue in there. And that's it. Isn't that easy? So easy and fast. So let me show you how that looks when you snap it down. So cute. Now to attach our little flower, I'm just going to apply some glue here, right here in this area, and press down our little flower. And that's it. Isn't that cute? So here's another look at all of the different designs that I created along with the embellishments. I can't wait to see which of these little hair clips you create. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Remember to get this and all the event files for the Faux Leather Crafts Camp event, visit amyromeo.com/summer24. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.